So today I want to talk about whether it's a good idea to grab an iPhone 11 in 2020. Let's dive into it. The base version of this phone will run you about $599 today. And that is a pretty great buy. Now, if you already own this phone and you decide to keep it as opposed to upgrading to the newly released iPhone 12, that right there is a great decision. And don't let some big YouTubers tell you how you should grab the iPhone 12 because of how great it is and how you're missing out on it, which would be true to a certain extent. You definitely will be missing out on a few things that come with the iPhone 12. For example, the redesign of the iPhone lineup, the 5G capability, the new chip, and many other things found on the new phone as I just mentioned. But the reality is, with all of that being said, none of the new things that come with the iPhone 12 will really add that much benefit to the life of the average user who already owns this phone. Now, essentially what I'm saying is, if you already have this phone, don't buy the iPhone 12. And I'm talking specifically the day-to-day usage of the phone. Now, you have to remember that Apple makes quality products and supports them for a very long time. Now, if you think about it as a whole, phones have gotten really good, and you can literally get fantastic quality budget or mid-range phones for just a few $100s, let alone an Apple phone that was just made within the past year. Now let's go ahead and dive into user experience and also performance. And before we do so, if you're new to the channel, welcome, of course. If you like the content so far, please do me a huge favor. Hit both the like and the subscribe button. That's a tremendous boost to the channel, and I truly appreciate that. So before we even talk about specs, as I mentioned, let's talk user experience. There is zero difference between the user experience offered by the iPhone 12 versus the one offered by the iPhone 11. And I'm talking, of course, from the perspective of just regular people or regular folks or just the average user who uses his or her phone just for day-to-day stuff, regular stuff. Now, if you are one of the few people who use their iPhones for like heavy video editing on their phone, then that's a separate discussion, right? But even then, still, if you look at the Apple ecosystem or if you look at the Apple Store, the A14 Bionic chip, which is found in the iPhone 12, is so powerful that I don't think you'll really find something in the Apple Store that would require all of the power of the A14 Bionic chip. And even if it does, user experience will be affected, right, if you are trying to do that on an iPhone. But anyways, you still get 4 gigs of RAM on both phones, and the iPhone 11 is running the A13 Bionic chip, which is the same one that is found on the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max models, meaning it is just as fast and just as smooth as those two 11 Pros. Things load very fast and it's super snappy. The display on it is not 1080p, but I've never heard any regular people or any of the people around me who are just regular folks who use their iPhone, I've never heard any of them say anything or complain about the display being less than 1080p, right? So that's not really a huge issue. The average consumer just doesn't care as long as the display is very well made and very well optimized to work and fulfill all of their needs, which, by the way, Apple does a fantastic job at. Apple does such a great job with optimizing their display. In reality, you still do enjoy HD content here despite those specs. It has this fantastic camera that you see here. It takes amazing pictures. Now, most regular folks, when they take pictures or videos to share with family and friends and upload on social media and things like that. And the iPhone 11 offers camera performance that takes that experience to the next level, right? Great color accuracy levels, great dynamic range, and so much more. And in the end, there are very subtle differences between this camera here, or the camera module that you have here, and that found on the iPhone 12. Very subtle differences that I personally don't think it's worth you upgrading from this to the iPhone 12. Now, as far as battery goes, they are kind of on par with each other, at least coming from a lot of feedback from people who actually, have both. What I have is the mini, so that's something else. I have the 12 mini, so I can't really compare the battery from the 12 mini to this one, but the battery out of this one compared to the iPhone 12 is kind of on par. The iPhone 12 for sure, it's optimized to work pretty well with that battery, but still not a gap huge enough for you to go from this to the iPhone 12. Again, this is all just to say that the iPhone 11 is still a fantastic phone. And if you already own this and you were planning on going up to the iPhone 12, don't waste your time. The gap between this and that is not that large, right? Now, if you own an older iPhone, like let's say 3, 4, 5, or even 6 generations ago, then maybe you should go ahead, not maybe, if you own something from 6 generations ago, then you should definitely go ahead and upgrade. But if you owned something older, let's say past the 10s or even the 10, then maybe, you should go ahead and upgrade to the iPhone 12. That big gap, you see quite a few. It would be quite an upgrade for you to go up to the 12 if you own, let's say, the 8 or something, or the 7. But anyways, that was just kind of a quick video talking about whether this thing is still worth it in 2020, and it truly is. Well, 2021, it's still going to be a great phone for 2021. Also, remember, Apple supports their devices for 5 years, for about 5 years, so you still have tons of life left in this phone. But anyways, I hope you found this informative. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Of course, I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do, and I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And as always, stay safe out there.